The Dementia and Neurodegeneration Theme works on dementia and Parkinsonian disorders, and that's a very wide set of illnesses. We use the umbrella term dementia to include Alzheimer's disease, extremely common, but also rarer disorders like Huntington's disease, with just a couple of thousand people in the UK. We study them together because there's so much to be learned. The basic mechanisms that cause and drive the illnesses has much in common, even though the illnesses themselves for patients and families are very distinct. And we think that progress in one area will help accelerate progress in another. All of these diseases, we're now learning that the disease is active in the brain many years, 10, 20, maybe even 30 years before symptoms. And some people find that a bit uncomfortable, think it could already have started. If I'm going to be getting Alzheimer's when I'm 70 or 80, it's well underway already now. That's a little uncomfortable to begin with, but actually it opens a fantastic window of opportunity. It reminds us how resilient the brain can be, and if we could only slow that process down, we might push the onset of symptoms farther and farther off into the future, and eventually, effectively, it's a cure or preventative treatment. There's a really exciting set of programs coming up over the next 5 years. One of the big features is to make a transition from what Cambridge has been very strong at over the last 10 years, understanding and studying in great detail the nature of the illness in as many people as we can, to understand why one person is different from another and how the illness unfolds. What's coming up though is to transform that knowledge into the basis for treatment trials, early phase experimental medicine, and using that knowledge around individuals' differences to actually inform and get better power and better what we call stratification into trials, choosing the right patient at the right time of their illness with the right treatment, and having the right way to measure the effectiveness of a treatment. The NIHR Cambridge BRC is absolutely essential for all this progress. It forms a fundamental layer for clinically based and patient-facing, patient-focused research in the clinics, in the laboratories that work on the back of clinical samples, and then to be able to deliver early phase clinical trials.